In the past, it's always been, go build a great speaker for us. Let's create something new. The challenge to our engineers this time was, let's look at all the key technologies. Let's look at all the science behind the brand. Let's look at 34 years of our history. And let's create something that takes away the sonic imprints, that takes away all the coloration, all of the distortion. So when somebody has one of those magical moments in front of a pair of speakers, they just totally disappear.
At the top of our flagship range in the Persona series, we have our hybrid model, the 9H, followed by the rest of our passive models, the 7F, the 5F, the 3F, the Persona C center channel, Persona B, which is the bookshelf. Persona really emphasizes the technology front that Paradigm has built up over 3 decades, and it brings all of those technologies into one speaker.
One of the main technologies allowing us to get the results that we achieved was using beryllium.
We are one of the very few in the industry to utilize pure beryllium.
The 7-inch beryllium mid-range is actually used in all the Persona floor standards. Beryllium, of course, is very rigid, so it gives you a very clean output.
Beauty of beryllium for the diaphragm material is that only the sound of recording is reproduced, none of the harmonics or any other sounds that other diaphragm materials can introduce.
With beryllium, because it has that combination of lightweight and stiffness, we can expect the highest performance out of beryllium for the tweeters in the mid-range.
It became obvious that the sound quality is superior to anything we ever had before. Persona 9H has a vibration canceling configuration, meaning 2 woofers in front and 2 in the back. Woofers use differential drive technology, which is really spectacular to look at, but even more amazing what it can do to improve performance of a speaker.
These large drivers are dual voice coil differential drive units. So there's actually 2 separate voice coils inside and 2 motors as well. One of the things that sets us apart from other audio manufacturers is this would be a typical capacitor that would be used in a crossover network, and these are the polypropylene caps that are used in the Persona.
Persona 9H allowed us to introduce anthem room correction technology built into it. The most difficult part of setting up speakers in a room is making sure that the bass performance stays true to the design goal, because every room is different and the size of the room greatly affects the distribution of bass. With anthem room correction, the process is easy and the results are effortless sound reproduction. Sound is natural, it's coming out of the air.
The first thing you'll see when you look at the Persona are the grills that cover the mid-range and the tweeter.
We knew we want perforated metal. We ended up with pattern looking less industrial and a little bit more organic. It gives us the feeling of a flow of the motion. It is an important piece of jewelry, really adding great value to our speakers.
But these aren't just grills. These are perforated phase alignment lenses. And what these grills actually do is improve the performance of the drivers.
Perforated phase alignment, or PPA, cancels out out-of-phase sounds that are radiated by different areas of the cone. So PPA allows us to smooth it out and widen out the dispersion of the sound.
So one of the things that we have to work with is design is having a big speaker with not necessarily making it appear as though it's a big speaker.
We decided to go with curved cabinets, which are based on elliptical geometry.
We use these beautifully curved cabinets that sort of disappear as you turn them away.
The shell of the cabinet is built of 7 pressed layers, which creates a very strong composite material.
It is impossible to make those mating surfaces by hand. We had to use 5-axis CNC machining to cut the parts that need to be combined into a single cabinet.
We had 4 bass drivers and 2 big amplifiers, plus electronic components and controls. So that was very challenging, how to fit all the components into a curved cabinet.
What's really cool about Persona is that we refined the entire manufacturing process. Areas like our paint shop and a lot of the manufacturing capabilities to create this incredible product.
One of the great things about having a world-class paint facility and world-class cabinet manufacturing facility, it means you get to make the best cabinets, and it means you have the world of choice when it comes to painting finishes.
Each speaker goes through end-of-line inspection. Qualified people inspect their finish and fit of all the elements. And of course, we check and measure the sound of each and every Persona speaker.
The first thing I think of when I think of luxury, I think of handcrafted. You look at what goes into making the Persona, and every aspect of that speaker is designed, engineered, and built by hands here in Canada.
Bringing a North American product of this caliber is exciting, and I think critical at this point for the stature of our brand. This is our halo product, and I think really exciting to our customers as well.
Over the years, we developed a number of technologies allowing us to take the sound quality to the next level. With Persona series, we just decided to put them all in play and make the best speaker we ever made.
People appreciate beauty, people appreciate when something looks extraordinary. You are happy when you hear from people saying wow when they see some element on the speaker which draws their attention.
The level of clarity, the level of openness, the detail, the bass response, and the size of a speaker in its platform. This is the new flagship for Paradigm. This is something that Paradigm has been building towards for almost the last 40 years.